Hello. Um, today's readings are from the writings of Dietrich Bonhoeffer. And then, just when everything is bearing down on us to such an extent that we can scarcely withstand it, the Christmas message comes to tell us that all our ideas are wrong, and that what we take to be evil and dark is really good and light because it comes from God. Our eyes are at fault, that is all. God is in the manger. Wealth in poverty, light in darkness, succor in abandonment. No evil can befall us. Whatever men may do to us, they cannot but serve the God who is secretly revealed as love and rules the world and our lives. It's a great one. And there's a lot that grabs my attention. More than anything else is the line, our eyes are at fault. That is all. Our eyes are at fault, that is all. I would love once to come here and tell you the story of something really wonderful that I've done or seen, but I feel like most of mine are experiences I've learned from and grown from. And I think of all those times in my life where my eyes were at fault, where I missed, initially at least, an opportunity to be present to my faith, to see God. And it's funny, as we get into that time of year where, I don't know if we'll get snow this year or not, but if we get some snow, it reminds me of the years where we did. And anyone who has followed, who's been an ardent Lenten Journal subscriber, you've probably followed my journey with my neighbor and tension revolving around who's shoveling the driveway and just nonsense, nothing important. And this was years ago. I remember coming out, and my neighbor was getting into her car and seemed very frustrated with me. And I was feeling very vindicated and innocent, but I'm sure the facial expression I had was less so. And I walked out, and I forget exactly. It's not important. It wasn't anything unkind necessarily, but both of us just looked like we were probably prepared for conflict. It's a shared driveway. It was this weird, thing where and she said something, and I was like, you know what, that's not true, or whatever I said. And all of a sudden, she just looked. I took it all as she was really angry about the driveway, about that who drove over whose grass, who backing out, or whatever I thought she might be frustrated by. And I was impatient, and I was not a representation of this house that I'm in now, and in that moment, and again, I don't mean to blow this out of proportion. I wasn't mean. I just wasn't kind. I wasn't soft. And all of a sudden, she started to cry, and I was like, oh my God, what? It had nothing to do with me. It had nothing to do with our driveway. Her mom had gone to the emergency room yet again. Her mom is still with us. She's 99 years old. She lives in the house. But at the time, it seemed pretty dire. And I just remember, our eyes are at fault. That is all. And I think of all of those those times where my instincts are at fault, where what I see, what I hear, what I initially feel is misleading, because I don't have the lens of our faith to guide me, to walk out and assume that we're fine, that you know, we're all good, and how you doing, and just a good morning. I walked out because there had been some insignificant conflict. I walked out presuming the worst, when it was so irrelevant and unnecessary. And I think about those times. I think about the times where I don't presume the best of people, and I miss an opportunity to see them for who they are, and recognize God in them. I also think of all the times where, sadly, and I think we all do this, I think of all the times where that I don't know about, where I just walked out, and it's not that my perception of someone was misleading, it's that I didn't perceive them at all. The times that I'm walking around and I'm going from A to B, and I forget about all of the things in between, and all the people and all the opportunity to just give somebody a smile, say hello, and be kind. Especially today, now, where we're more hidden than ever, whether we're in our homes, or we're just covered, our faces and facial expressions are covered. Little wave, a little something, a little acknowledgement of one another's humanity when we're out in the world may just go a long way. And that's, for me, what I really take from our reading today. So hopefully this is meaningful to some of you. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you're having a wonderful Advent. And hopefully I will see you here soon. Thanks.